I'm going to call to order the October Cross Plains regular city commission meeting. If everyone will please rise, Jeff Gates is going to do our invocation and remain standing and for the pledge of allegiance.
Our Heavenly Father, we come to you so thankful for this day and all the blessings you've given us. Father, we pray that you would, as we go through this meeting tonight, you will be with the leaders of our community here and give them good sound judgment of their decisions. Father, we just pray that we would always keep you in mind and everything we do. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So last month we had a proclamation read for County Mayor Billy Vogel, and I spoke to him and asked him to come tonight, and he said he wasn't much on recognition. He didn't, and he is going through treatment. So we tried to call him, and he has not responded back after asking him to be here tonight. So we will, because you didn't hear back from him, did you? So we'll move on from that. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from the September 4th meeting? Yes. Do we have any additions or corrections to the minutes? If not, I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes as presented. And a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. All right, so the financial report, Holly is at a training tonight, so we have Tammy back in the seat over here. So welcome back, by the way. So in our general fund, we have $124,993,000. Our fire fund, we have $113,596. We have our 3 CD playgrounds at $13,064. Our general CD is $916,991, and our road CD is $98,337. Any questions? Holly would be the best one to answer those questions, but any questions that you have on the financials as they've been presented to you in your packet? If not, I'm looking for a motion to approve the financials from September. I'll make a motion to approve. And a second? All in favor? Aye. All right, financials are approved as presented. So, fire department this month has made 84 calls. 32 of those was in the city and 52 of those was in the county. And the police department had 52 calls this month. Tommy, anything fire call related that we of importance? That's a good thing. Chief, anything? All right. Daniel isn't able to be here tonight because his son has a football game. I know he did 2 inspections this month. What other information did he give you?
The only other thing we discussed was what will be coming up in the new business.
Okay. And Jimmy is not able to be here tonight because his daughter was getting an award at the elementary school, so he sent you his Spark update, correct?
That's correct. So he states for year-to-date in park rentals, he's received 675 rental fees, but he still has a 475 outstanding that will be coming in soon. He states that the bathroom repainting will begin next week, that one of our workers is already pressure washed, and that the most recent tournament on 9/27 saw around 24 teams. The number of people well exceeded 1,200 in the park at one time. And the Park and Rec Board met earlier this week and reviewed a lot of the rules and regulations, and he'll be submitting a copy to the commission, soon for that. Last thing he has on here is a reminder that, in October here, Mount Carmel's gonna do their annual trunk or treat on October 19th, and they're expecting approximately 1,000 people, trick-or-treaters and volunteers.
Okay. Any questions on those reports? All right, so, the next thing is public comments. Do we have anybody signed up?
No.
All righty. So, we have two public hearings for the second readings for ordinances that were presented last month. The first ordinance is 2504. It's an ordinance to change the city commission meeting day and time to the third Thursday of each month at 6:30, beginning in November of 2025. So it just, starting next month, we would, meet on the third Thursday instead of the first, and it would be at 6:30 instead of 7. So, any comments, concerns, questions on ordinance 2504? So, I'm looking for a motion to approve that ordinance 2504 to change the date and time of our city commission meeting.
Make a motion.
Can I get a second? Second. Tammy, will you do a roll call vote on that? Sure. Vicky?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Marlene? Yes. And Sherry? Yes. And Jimbo?
Yes.
Okay, so ordinance 2504 has passed, and starting next month, we'll see everybody on the third Thursday at 6:30. So the next ordinance is ordinance 2505, and it's an ordinance to amend the ordinance 2503, which is the 25-26 fiscal year budget to reflect the annual revenue and expenses in the police and fire department. So the county changed their budget to give us, 391, I think.
1,800.
And we had budgeted for our same amount that we had gotten last year, which was 233,000. So we needed to increase those revenues to reflect the new revenues coming in. Any questions, comments on ordinance 2505? If not, I'm looking for a motion to approve ordinance, the second reading of ordinance 2505.
Make a motion for ordinance 25.
And a second? I'll second it. Okay. Tammy, can you do a roll call vote for that one too? Barry?
Yes.
Arlene? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes. Jimbo?
Yes.
Okay, so that takes care of our ordinances, public hearings, and the second reading. So our old business, Tommy, we are looking for a update on the ISO rating, what you've done and what you have left to do.
Okay, I went to a class with ISO, same guy does the grading, he's going to be doing our grading Friday in Jackson, so we went that, but I went through and made a list of stuff we still like to do. We've got to do hose tests and ladder tests. They're coming here to do it October the 22nd. Also, they have changed the hydrant tests since we've done them, so we've got to go back now and retest the hydrants. They've done a we used to do a one hydrant test. Now you got to do 2 hydrants and flow them both at the same time on the same line to get the flow pressure And we also got a GPS, all the hydrants, and turn them in to them, to where the insurance company don't have to look to find out where their hydrants are when people lose insurance. We've got to do pump tests on the trucks. And we're moving a dry hydrant we had at the creek, behind the bathrooms at the park where the barn, down there, the bluegrass barn. We're moving that dry hydrant to the creek down here by the bridge, where we can test our trucks there. And we're also gonna use that as a spot, if we have a fire at Mount Carmel, we can fill trucks quicker out of the creek, because we don't have no hydrants down that way. We have one, but it don't flow but 130-something gallons a minute. And it's about a 6,500 gallons a minute fire requirement, water flow on that building. And that's gonna hurt us on our ISO points. They up to where we can use extrication training, and the hours of training is 45 hours of training to cut people out of cars. But if we talk about doing forceful entry and stuff to get in houses with the tools, since we carry them on the trucks, we can count that 45 hours now as training for ISO. We gotta have EVOP class. That's 16 more hours we gotta have of that this year for EVOP. And we're gonna do a water shuttle training, hauling water with, Orlando and White House Volunteer in Millersville. And cause we gotta have two classes that we can, show interacting with other fire departments and training together. So we're gonna do it, and EVOP will be done at the park down here, and with two departments. So we can count that. So then we're gonna do 30 hours. We gotta go to all commercial buildings, churches and stuff in our zone to review the pre-fire plans that I've drawn up that last time we scored 100 on for ISO. So we've gotta go review all of them, and we can count 30 hours of training on that. So we're gonna try to get close to about 100, at least 100 hours of training for ISO. They require the minimum is 40. They actually, fireman is supposed to have 250 hours, and the fire chief is supposed to have 500 hours a year of training for them. That's what they want. They've been doing classes online with Tennessee Fire Codes Academy online. It's, attic fires, basement fires, in different classes. It's free. So that's a couple, like 4-hour class on each certificate. So that, we've got to update the mutual automatic aids with Orlando, Cross Plains, White House Volunteers, and Greenbrier, because the mayor has changed, the fire chiefs have changed of all these departments. And we're gonna look at signing one with Greenbrier because of Highway 76. They're closer in some spots than we are. We're gonna help each other with tankers over there in manpower. And then, I'm gonna make a forcible entry door. It's gonna cost $4,000. I'm gonna build one, and it costs about $300. And we can also, that's forcible entry, you can count for training hours too. But then the other thing, that's all I got on the ISO. But if it's okay with y'all, we're gonna look at building a training building up here, either back here where the old basketball goal was, or out here somewhere on the hill. And I've got a guy that's talking about donating all the money to build it. It's gotta be, part of it will be a 20 by 30 single story. Then there'll be one side of it will be 32 foot by 32 foot tall, 20 by 20. And it'll be 3-story. And we can count that on ISO for points also. And then all these new ones we have coming in all the time, then we don't have to try to figure out somewhere to send them to train. We can do it ourselves. If y'all good with putting it, it's gonna be like the concession stands made out of split face block. And that's what we're gonna make it out of, something like that. And it'll have a metal roof on it. It'll have metal windows and doors on it where nobody can get in. It'll be locked up. And that way we can smoke it up and and all inside there, Vantos is up there, you got, several different trainings you can do in the building, do rope rescue out the windows, stuff like this. What I'm looking at, and I was talking to Jeff earlier, when he was talking, I'm just gonna try to have everything together by January, do a letter to ISO, and have them come out.
What's the estimated time after you ask them to come out?
It's just according to how busy they are, and
Any questions?
I'm hoping to be done with it by December, but we're doing some of this, we're having to wait on other people to do.
Any questions, Tommy, for the ISO update?
A lot. Still a lot to go. We're probably looking right now, we probably right now got about 30-something hours of structural firefighter training. That does not still include, we've got to do our medical research this year. Each one of them at 16 hours, we gotta have, they've still gotta have 8 hours of hazmat this year.
So you gotta have 10 hours a week, roughly, for your education.
Pretty much. But the minimum is 40, but they want just a basic fireman to have 250 hours of training. You know, a lot of it we're doing, like I said, online. We're doing some of it, it's free through the fire academy. Probably after January, we're gonna look at doing some online classes where they do 2 or 3 hours a week, and it'll count.
Thank you, Tommy. Keep all the hard work going. We appreciate everything you're putting into it. Okay, new business. We have the first reading of ordinance 2506, and this is to adopt the 2018 building standards, for the residential code and 1 and 2 family dwellings. And has everybody had a chance to read through this? The exemptions and things that are being amended?
Yeah, I think things will say 2502, but then they read different.
That's because we were deciding, and she probably left it in there, we were trying to decide whether to do it together as one ordinance or as 2.
Oh,
So we're splitting it, into 2, so you should be looking at the 2 separate ones, not the one where they're both together.
yes, I've got 2 right here. Okay. Yes. What did you split?
So the IRC and the IE,
Oh, I see, the
Yes.
IRC.
And
The
the-
IRC is this.
and then you'll have one as the IECC. And then there, so initially she had typed it up and put it in, both of those into one, but she looked back and found that the city had always done these separately, so she went back and separated it. So the one that's combined, you can throw that one out.
So this,
Yes, it's got both of them in it, just check it out. This is all just the standard language that was copied and pasted from our inspection.
and then it's amended to make it more
For
for our smaller
Yeah.
area, correct?
Yeah.
Any other questions on that? Okay, looking for a, motion to pass the first reading of the 2018 building standards with the amendments.
I'll make that motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call? Yes. Barry?
Yes.
Jimbo?
Yes.
Jerry? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
Marlene? Yes. Okay, the ordinance 2507, which is the first reading, is to adapt to the Energy Conservation Code, which is the IECC, which is the other part that's separated from the 2506 part. So this is just standard as well,
Yeah.
and then the amendments are for our smaller areas.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on the 2507? Okay, if not, I'm looking for a motion. Motion to approve. All right, can I get a second? Go ahead and roll call. Barry?
Yes.
Jimbo?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes. Susie?
Yes.
And Marlene? Yes. Okay, you'll see in front of you, you have a, a report on debt obligation from the Tennessee Comptroller. And we need to, this is over the purchase of the 2025 Freightliner fire truck. And this is just to make sure that we're in compliance with the, Comptroller. Correct?
Yes.
So, looking for a motion to approve that. I'll make a motion to approve. And a second?
Yes, second.
Alright, and again, roll call for that as well. Barry?
Yes.
Jimbo?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
Marlene? Yes. Okay, and, Stan,
Yes, ma'am.
would you like to tell us about the LPR and the camera policy here from the TDOT compliance that we're looking at in front of us?
Yes, please. So, Tennessee Department of Transportation, if you put a camera on their highways or state rights, we have to have a policy, which we should have a policy. So what you've got before you is a standard policy that, just states how we can use the LPRs and what, our restrictions are, and that we can't use them for tracking, we use them for NCICS, human investigations, can't use it personally or anything to that way. It just kind of gives us the guidance and gives them the knowledge that we're accepting to do it the proper way. So this is just passing a policy through, the city and putting in police department policy for city maintenance.
And would you like to tell us exactly where the LPRs are located on state highways?
Really want to know. So the one that we're talking about for the state that we're getting will be at Woodrow Wilson and Highway 25 coming into town. The county has already put one up at 25 in Village Green, and then we have, the camera that, Bill Meade gave us, an LPR about 3 years ago that is up on 25 facing toward the interstate. And then we have a flock camera that's at East Robertson Road coming into town, at the elementary school. And then we have an LPR here at, City Hall that was one from Bell Meade also that videos the entrance to the school, how the school's on and down to the park, which when we initially put it in, it solved like 4 cases, just some vandalism that we had in the park, and really let's knock down on that. But we actually used the LPR tonight. The ambulance got hit sideswiped out by Purple Cave, and we were to pull a couple vehicles that go out and match the description. So we're still working on that now, but they are a huge benefit to the city and to the citizens.
Are you the only person that has access to those cameras?
No, ma'am. So the flock cameras, any agency or any city or state that has a flock camera can access this camera. Just like we can access any camera any other city or state has. All you have to be is just a participant to have one of the cameras. So, I couldn't tell you how many cameras are nationwide through flock, but 30, I think there's 34, on, right there in Sumner County, Rockford County. It's got about 20 right now. White House, I think, has 6. So we have access to all those cameras also. They can access ours. So you just give them permission, they give us permission. So, and then the cameras from Bell Mead is the same. We access every camera that's that county, and I'll call it it's actually from, but I'm not the name was we didn't pay for them. They just want them to.
But that communication between the departments helps if there's somebody missing, a child missing.
Yes, we actually use that for a runaway child. They actually tracked her or the vehicle she was in that came through Cross Plains, went I-65 south, and went down through Atlanta, Georgia, went all the way down to like Tampa, Florida, turned, came back up to the East Coast, and they were able to call Florida Highway Patrol, and before they got to St. Augustine, they stopped them and took them into custody. They were gone about 42 to 43 hours, but they were able to track the whole way where they went through those camera systems, and I think there was 3 different systems that they did, not just the box or the action mode, but the camera systems were. But they got a 16-year-old runaway back, so they are very helpful in that situation, and they're nationwide.
So is this policy pretty standard?
It is, yes, ma'am. And it was actually White House and Bell Mead both have that policy, and instead of getting the wheel, we just kind of adopted theirs. So we adopted, they gave it to me.
Any questions regarding the LPR policy? All right. Looking for a motion to approve the LPR camera policy for the CDOT compliance. I'll make a motion for you. All right. And all in, well, I guess let's go ahead and do a roll call since we've done it for everything else. Larry?
Yes.
Jimbo?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes. Vicky?
Yes.
And Marlene? Yes. Okay, Jeff, do you have anything else that you would like to share?
I did not. Unless anybody has questions.
Any other questions from the council? Yes, sir?
I put a book
Oh, yeah.
in front of y'all. True Food. It is a rate up, and then we're not doing it right at this time. What it is a radar system that we put in school zones. Our schools can't be in the school zone all the time, and we've had several incidents where Mr. Anderson's almost got run over and people speeding. We're not up during the school zone. I was at the PACP, the Mississippi Chiefs Association meeting, and they were one of the vendors there. What they do is they put a radar unit in the school zone itself. It only clocks during the school zone hours, and it will write tickets. We're not doing that. It's just a test right now for 5 days to see if we have a problem when we're not sitting up there. Springfield actually has already gone through the testing, and we're putting it in their school district over there for zones. It's like a red light camera ticket. It still won't matter. I think it's $50. We don't have really anything at all to do with it as far as installing it or maintaining it, or even sending out a ticket. The company itself, that book will explain if you look through it. The company actually sends out citations, and they collect and then send the feedback to the city on where to put them up. But they only do it during the school hours, time of when the school zone is on. But that is something that is being tested, or just to see if we have a problem. They put it up Wednesday, and they're gonna take it back down Tuesday, and it's just right out here, right by the LPR. Just a little gray box, so, but that was just something that, they were promoting, and Jason Head, the chief of Springfield, was like, they went through it, and, I think Bill Mead's also looking at it, that, it really, you can't have a policeman there all the time, and so we talked to Mr. Anderson, and he's like, when y'all are sitting here, you know, yeah, people behave, but when you leave, it's like I'm playing dodgeball with cars. So, it's just something that we're looking at, and they left us the book for y'all to go over. Of course, if we have a problem, then he will come in and address you, on the council, kind of explain quite a bit more about it. And of course, it would have to be voted on, passed, and ordinances and everything else would have to be passed on it. So it's not just gonna show up and start writing people tickets. So that's not what's happening with it. One more, and I think I told y'all the study session, homecoming parade, they are doing it tomorrow. They were gonna do it about 8 a.m. and I asked them to move it because of school traffic, so they're moving it to 8:10. So in the morning, the kids will line up down at, Las Vegas. They're gonna, just right on the windshields and stuff for like a parade for pep rally. They're gonna drive through town. We'll have a police car, the fire department, and then I'll have an officer behind them. We're not blocking any roads or stopping traffic. It's just a moving parade. We'll go in the high school, circle the high school, and then we'll leave and they'll carry on with their school event. But I did tell you that, and then, so I just wanted to confirm that that's what's happening at 8:10 in the morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all your hard work. Okay. So, we looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
So a second? All in favor? Motion to carry.